Hi, this is Jim from Trek World, and today we're going to take a look at the Star Trek that never was. There were two Files magazine books that I was really keen on getting just to make sure I had my collection complete. This was the first one, Star Trek That Never Was. Written by John Peel, it was produced in 1985, and it pretty much covers the things that didn't happen between the animated series and Star Trek The Motion Picture. So it lays out the first 9 stories that were originally written for the Star Trek Phase 2 television series, beginning with In Thy Image, and then continuing with Katoomba, which was actually a John Meredith Lucas story that did get made by Star Trek The New Voyages about 30 years later. Deadlock by David Ambrose, Tomorrow and the Stars by Larry Alexander, The Savage Syndrome by Margaret Ullman and Ulf Harris, The Child by John Pavel and Jared Summers. This was also ended up being remade in Star Trek The Next Generation. Home by Worley Thorne, Cassandra by Theodore Sturgeon, and Devil's Due by Bill Lance. It also mentions that many other story outlines were developed, but only these first 9 actually made script format. It then proceeds to take each script and give you the background story about what the episode would have been about. They do spend some time talking about Zahn. This is not the Zahn that was hired for Star Trek Phase 2, ironically. This was actually the Zahn that was featured in Star Trek The Motion Picture after David Cottrell indicated he did not want to continue the role when it was converted from a TV series to a movie. And then finally, it goes into giving you information about the scoring that was done for the motion pictures. So, ironically, I would say about half of this isn't really about the Star Trek that never was. Yeah, like maybe only half of it was actually true to what was actually on the cover. But if you're collecting the Star Trek Files magazines or any other magazines based off Star Trek in the 1970s and 80s, you've got to have it for the collection.